What's up? Coming to you from Michigan in my bedroom. This is after I got off of work. I just got home. Took the bus. Lately I've been feeling called to keep my distance from certain people. Meaning specifically people who I'm not like, I don't want to say not sure about, but just people in general. It just seems as if there's a lot of negativity going on in the air, and there's a lot that I had to fight through myself personally in trying to, just energetically speaking, trying to fight through that as well as stay on track. At the same time, with things that are happening in the world, is just a little complicated, to say the least. Do I have a belt on? No, I just took it off. Anyway, well, I saw it in the camera and I was like, I know I had a belt on today. That's crazy. Anyway, so I got on here today because I was singing a song, which is the most ironic thing to me that I was singing it today. I was at the bus stop waiting for my bus to come, and I decided, like I needed to, Luna wanted to make an appearance, BTW. Anyway, but I decided that, like, I really wanted to sing some karaoke while I was sitting out there freezing my ass off in the middle of the motherfucking bus stop. And I tried to sing a Billie Eilish song, and it didn't work out. So anyway, I was like, what song do I know very well that, if I was to sing it, I would be, in tune with myself, my voice, my energy. So I started singing Crazy by CeeLo Green. He also has like a part of the song that says like troubles. Ooh Lord, trouble so hard. Ooh Lord, trouble so hard. Don't nobody know my troubles but God. Okay, cool. So anyway, you may not be religious watching this video. But anyway, that's not the point. The point is, please don't judge me. I'm doing my hair. I noticed when I started to sing the song, I started to cry. Because I remembered when I was singing that song, I remember how much pain it pulled from me and how much I related to the energy in the song. And then even still, like, singing the song now was like, it was just so much. It was so eye-opening to how far I've come, mentally speaking, spiritually speaking, just like a year ago. Literally just a year ago. But anyway, if you haven't heard it, I guess I'll link it down so you can hear it at some point. So you can at least hear the energy that I was going through, if that's something that you feel like you should do. You know how like people read books and stuff and they make playlists when they read books, which is a recent discovery of mine, that people do that shit. But anyway, that's not the point. Today is March 8th, 2025. My elder sister just turned 30 years of age. I'm not that far behind her. I find that really fucking crazy. Hi, Luna. But at the same time, what's the point of me saying that? I just noticed a lot of negativity in the air. And I recognize that during this time period that we're in, there are a lot of people going through stuff. A lot of people going through so many things. Things I'm not going through currently, but things I've been through. And don't want to go back to. So I am actively one of those people who is manifesting things with the universe, because I believe in that type of stuff happening, which is how I got this apartment, how I got the last apartment, by having faith and trusting, and then all that fun jazz, which seems a lot easier when you say it out loud, but when it comes to the point when you need to actually have faith and you need to trust, that's when you really get tested. Because then not only are you testing yourself, but you're also testing, well, you're not only are you being tested yourself, but everything around you, everything that you look at, everything that you trust in is also being tested, but by you, if that makes sense. The people that you know, because it's just like, yeah, you really got my back. Because type shit. But anyway. And then it's also like a way where you have to learn to quickly readjust yourself when the shit get to shitting, when the fans start flinging that shit. Like, I'm just saying. Because shit done hit the fan, but now it's flinging it at you. You understand what I'm saying? So, I've been recently, like literally within the last couple of days, coming to this conclusion within myself. I realized I know how to transmute energy, aka look at energy differently. So when I look at energy in a different light, change my perspective on something, change the way it looks to me, I've noticed that I can do that for myself. Because I can't when you're spending a lot of your time like constantly trying to readjust certain things, readjust the way things are wow, I look crazy. Readjust the way that things are happening in your life, it's like it gets to a point where you're exhausted, you're tired of trying to obviously hold things together, and that's when you start to recognize you gotta really hold it together within yourself instead. And that's something that I learned through the process of transmuting energy, which is why I came here to share a dime with you. A dime. One of those being, sorry about this. One of those being, whoa. Out of my head, out of my ego, into my soul. Out of my head, out of my ego, into my soul. There's many things that you could teach somebody about energy and about connecting with other people, as well as about getting to know themselves. However, when you're operating from a space of ego, or operating from a space of being all in your head, the message may not get across the way that you need it to. However, when you're operating out of your soul energy, That's when you begin to recognize the actual message that you have within you. You start to recognize your soul purpose. When you begin to walk in your soul energy, a lot of the things that bothered you before stop bothering you. When you operate out of your head, things that you're overthinking about, things that you're consistently being stuck in a rut about, things that you get to a point where you're overthinking every single time it comes about, it stops you. It gets in your way. Same with the ego. Now, you cannot let go of your ego, obviously. You cannot let go of your mind, obviously. However, 11:11 on the timer. You can operate from a space of your soul energy as opposed to your head space or your ego's energy. What would it look like if you were operating out of your soul? Get out of your head. I'm not sure how many of you believe in the woo-woo shit that's happening in the world right now. And I say that because there's a lot of witches, there's a lot of energy workers, there's a lot of that shit. If you came to my page, you probably believe in at least a little bit of that shit. A little bit. However, at the same time, I recognized that it's not just about woo-woo shit. It's also about a basic manipulator, a basic narcissist, a basic person, a basic sociopath, right? There are people that you are around on a constant basis who can manipulate your energy, who watch you in your energy and know how to manipulate your emotions, know how to fuck with you. And maybe they don't watch you specifically. Maybe they're just a world-class person who knows how to do this. If you are constantly operating out of a space that's in your head or a space that's in your ego, you're going to reach a point every single time where you're stopped by these people. You don't have to know these people. You can meet them in the store, at your job, on the bus. Eventually, you get to a point where you just laugh at people. Because, wow, I'm no longer operating out of my ego. I'm no longer operating out of my head. I'm not there anymore. I'm in my soul. And sometimes that can make other people uncomfortable. Shit, it might even make you uncomfortable. Especially because things that you've been doing, you may start looking at them in a different way. The way you speak, the way you act to people, the things that you accept. I don't know if you heard that horn, but there was a horn that just went off. And to me, that's a confirmation. You don't have to accept that, but I do. So, get to know yourself. Get to know what it feels like when you stand in your power, in your soul power. Not in your ego, not in your head, not in what you think you are, not in what you've portrayed yourself to be, but in who you are. Like, truly. Okay, two things before I go. So I was on the bus today, right? And there was this man standing in front of like the white line. There's a white line that you're not supposed to cross, right? Everybody knows who rides the bus. There's a line you're not supposed to cross. This man, older gentleman, was standing above this line, and the bus driver was like, sir. No, he was like, young man, I'm gonna need you to stand back behind the line, right? This old man gets an attitude real fast. I was like, whoa. Okay. He was like, well, there's nowhere to sit. There's no place to sit. And the bus driver was like, okay, well, you speak to them. You speak to the people who are there and ask them, to move over, make some room for you. He was like, I just did. I was like, damn, okay. I'm like, that's real. Okay, he did just speak to us, let us know, like, he needed a space. But part of me was like, I'm not acknowledging that shit. Part of me was like, no, I'm going to take that one. So I slid over because there was an empty seat between me and this other person. Anyway, so I slide on over, and then the bus driver sees me slide. He's like, see, there's an empty seat right there. I'm like, okay. So I'm just sitting there, I'm like, whatever, scrolling through my Pinterest because, we out here making moves in our own lives because we're trying to see our life, our dream life happen. Right? So we're learning new shit, and I like to learn from Pinterest. Fuck is up. Anyway, get you a Pinterest if you don't have one. You're welcome. On top of that, so I slide over, and the man, he's still talking. He's like, I would, but you're driving too fast. I don't want to fly through the fucking he didn't say fucking. He said, I don't want to fly through the windshield. And the bus driver's like, okay, young man. Okay, young man. Now, knowing clearly, full well, that this white man is older than him. Okay. So he sits down next to me. And then this lady comes back, like from the back of the bus, and she comes up and sits next to, or stands in the white line space where the dude was standing just now. She was like, I hate when he does this shit, talking about the bus driver. I hate when he does this shit. He did this shit to me last week. So then they start talking about politics and shit. And she's like, you know what? Stop. Let's not talk about politics. I was like, oh, shit. Oh, okay. All right. Just pissed off the lady. All right. So I'm sitting there. I'm laughing at this point. I'm just like, okay. I got my jacket on. I'm up here making it quiet because I ain't trying to get cussed out by two old white people. Not respectfully. So it's not a part of the game for me. Whatever. So anyway, after the end of their conversation, this lady gets off the bus and she's like, you know what? I'm tired of your shit. You're not a king. I don't bow to you. She said, fuck you, black man, or some shit like that, and then got off the bus. I'm full blown like, what the fuck? Everybody around me is looking like, wow. Wow. Or she said, you're black or something. She said some shit. She was like, you need to stop being mean to people. She meant that from her chest, from the depths that she was at within. And it's okay. She was fed up. She was fed up. And I respect her for that because she pulled that out of somewhere. But at the same time, it really didn't just matter. But sometimes people be crossing the line. And you have to tell people, excuse me, please go sit down. I think this man handled that situation so well. But when this lady was like, I don't bow to you. You are not a king. I wanted to say so bad, ma'am, he is a king. He's just not your king. Okay, go sit the fuck down. But she got off the bus with that shit, with her whole little attitude. He got off with her. It was like they knew each other. I don't fucking know. But after that, because spreading positivity, some guy gets on the bus and he's like, it looks like I just missed a lot of fun. And everybody on the bus was like, yeah, you sure did. And then he starts saying, well, I got a new job. And then everybody in the front of the bus was just like, congratulations, good for you. That's really good. So I don't know. Even though like awkward situations happen, if something good can come out of something awkward. But it uplifted my mood for the entire day. But when I got off the bus, which was the following stop, I had to speak to the bus driver respectfully. I was like, thank you. I hope you have a nice day. Now, do I know who was in the wrong? In my opinion, fuck yeah, I do. But does that mean I was right? In my opinion, yeah. But I don't ride that man's bus. I don't know what he be acting like to these people. On some real life stuff, he could be like really an asshole to these people. I could have said jerk, but fuck it, whatever. It's my YouTube. Ban me if you want to. But I think he handled that very well. Let him know the rules. Told him don't cross this line. And then let him know you need to sit down. Go sit down. But then on the other side, because, you know, I hate to be this fucking person, when you're tired of some shit and you got some shit to say, speak your fucking mind. Speak with your chest. Stand on that shit. And that's exactly what she did. Good job, Karen. So, anyway, but that said, my little spiel, it wasn't really that funny, but it was just ironic, because like, what the fuck? That's what I witnessed right before I went to work today. Y'all people is funny. All right, I like to clear the energetic space of any negative energy. I'd also like to give thanks to my guides and the deities for being around me. Thank you so much for having my back. I like to ask the angels to come in. If there are any messages out of this deck of cards that y'all have that you would like me to give to me and whoever's watching, please go ahead and drop it right on down. I appreciate it. One more card. Or anyone who's listening, because, you know, people be listening. One more card, please, and thank you. Thank you. I was about to draw it too. That's crazy. This one's set up, so I'm gonna go ahead and pull this one first. This is the last card that fell. It says number 31. Here we go. Everyone is on their own journey. How can you focus more on your own path? Boom shakalaka. They could be talking to me. Anyway, sis is swimming with the dolphins in space. Wow. I just thought of a goon for some reason. But also, if dolphins like are significant to you, what are dolphins? Dolphins are free. They're sea beasts. You could be a Lemurian, a starseed. You could be like one of them people who came from outer space, because I believe in that shit. I think we're all aliens. I just think some of us were originated here on Mama Gaia, and ain't nothing wrong with that. Let's move forward. Number 6. There is strength in doing nothing. Wait. What have you been forcing? And how can you let go of the motherfucking outcome? Can you see that? There's like oh, it's the phone. Oh, that's embarrassing. All right, let's turn that this way. Maybe you can see the guy. He is straight chilling, bro. You see how this man is just sitting here chilling? That's how I need to be. For real. Lastly, number 34. You are the image maker. What you focus on manifests. What thought pattern do you need to shift? There's a big ass moon up in there. I'm sorry. Let me get my ugly ass face out this camera, bro. So, no, there's a whole moon right there. I love the moon. That's why I love the moon. Every night is set for me. It's constant. Unlike these human beings who lie about what it seems to be. You think the earth is where you stand. You're in the palm of someone's hands. And that's why I love the moon. Moving on. All right. Yeah, what thought patterns do you need to shift? Let's be real here. Maybe you should. Oh, there's a moon in this one too. How did I miss that? Big dog. It's not insane, but that's something. BTS poster in the background. Juneteenth bracelets on my wrist. Black obsidian on my neck. With the copper, what is this? The copper necklace. Anyway. Sterling silver on my finger, bro. I don't know. I'm over here just like trying to be petty. Having fun with this shit. Because at the same time, gotta make some lighthearted energy when the darkness is darkening. And I like to show up, shine that big ass beam of a light. Excuse me. What the fuck is that? Fuck you looking at? Type shit. Oh, nothing real can be threatened. That's the bottom of the deck. You see that shit? It says, how can you actively participate in creating heaven on earth? That one's not for us. And that number is 20, okay? And you see there's more moons. So maybe you need to pay attention to the moon phases that are around you right now. What's the moon in right now? I think it's a waning or a waxing crescent. Where my phone at? Oh.